From homeless to hero. It was a cold autumn evening in the heart of the city. The streets bustled with hurried footsteps, warm coats, and the glow of storefronts. Amidst the chaos sat Jacob, a man in his mid-30s with a scruffy beard and a worn-out hoodie, clutching a cardboard sign that read, "Anything helps. God bless." Life had not always been this way for Jacob. Just a few years ago, he had a steady job as a construction worker, a modest apartment, and dreams of starting his own business. But a series of misfortunes, a workplace injury, mounting medical bills, and the unexpected loss of his parents, had left him spiraling into despair. Unable to keep up with rent, he found himself on the streets with nothing but a backpack of memories and a pocket full of regret. Each day was a battle to survive. The cold was relentless, the stares of passers-by piercing, and the hunger gnawing. But Jacob's spirit, though bruised, was not entirely broken. One day, as Jacob rummaged through a trash bin near a local cafe, he stumbled upon something unusual, an old, battered acoustic guitar with a few missing strings. It was scratched and weathered, but it sparked a memory from his childhood. Jacob's father had taught him to play simple tunes on a guitar when he was just a boy. For the first time in years, Jacob felt a flicker of hope. He spent the next few days cleaning the guitar, salvaging strings from thrift stores, and tuning it as best as he could. When he finally strummed the first chord, a wave of nostalgia and joy washed over him. Music, he realized, had always been his sanctuary. Jacob began playing on street corners, his rusty fingers rediscovering melodies that once brought him peace. At first, people barely noticed, but as days turned into weeks, his confidence grew, and so did his audience. His deep, soulful voice and raw, heartfelt lyrics began to draw a crowd. He sang about his struggles, his dreams, and the resilience of the human spirit. One evening, a woman named Emily stopped to listen. She was a local music teacher and was moved by Jacob's talent and story. After his performance, she approached him and offered to help. "You have a gift," she said. "Have you ever thought about recording your music?" Jacob hesitated. I wouldn't know where to start." Emily smiled. "Start with me. I have a small studio. Let's make this happen." Over the next few months, Emily helped Jacob record his first songs. The process wasn't easy. Jacob often doubted himself and struggled with the remnants of his past. But with Emily's encouragement, he pushed through. Together, they uploaded his music to streaming platforms and shared his story on social media. To Jacob's astonishment, his songs resonated with thousands of people. Messages poured in from listeners who found hope and comfort in his music. His most popular song, "Shadows to Sunrise," became a viral hit, telling the story of his journey from despair to hope. Local news outlets picked up his story, dubbing him the homeless hero. With the money earned from his music and the generosity of fans, Jacob was able to find a small apartment. But he didn't stop there. He wanted to give back to the community that had lifted him. Jacob started a nonprofit organization called Strings of Hope, providing free music lessons and instruments to people experiencing homelessness. "Music saved me," he often said. "Now, I want to help others find their voice." Years later, Jacob stood on the stage of a packed concert hall, guitar in hand, tears in his eyes. The audience cheered as he strummed the opening chords of "Shadows to Sunrise." Looking out at the sea of faces, he saw not just fans, but a community that had embraced his journey. Jacob's story was no longer just about survival. It was about transformation, the power of second chances, and the belief that even in the darkest moments, a spark of light can lead to something extraordinary.